Many thanks for still staying with us on the morning show. A concern right now to Rivers State, where the president has called on the IG to restore peace and order in the state. And how far these actions and the tensions has been increased in Rivers State in respect to the just concluded local government elections, where some parties are still having a back and forth consideration as to how far this is going within the state. Joining us this morning to further the conversation is Dalami Ismaila, a PDP member. Thanks so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Yes. We've seen the outplay in Rivers State. We've seen the concern coming in there. There are those that are probably imagining that, what is PDP doing in all of this? What is the stand of the PDP? We saw Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi State, who was on ground. And there are those that are saying PDP ought to probably do better in terms of managing the sensitivity of the issues in Rivers State. Rivers State is so much of importance to your party, but it looks like the silence of the party is worrisome.
Well, good morning once again, these viewers, and thank you for having me once again. In respect of the issue in Rivers, is quite mind-boggling and is disturbing. As a party man, you know that your party is unable to, curb the whole situation, bringing the whole situation into calmness is really, really worrisome. But I believe that things will be fine, because I listened to the governor yesterday, really talking, and then that he will do all that he can and go all the way to make sure that peace is restored to Rivers State. Rivers State is very, very important, very, very key to us as PDP. But it's unfortunate that our party leadership have not shown that strong will or push to bring calmness within the party now, not the state. As a party, I have not seen that, because
there's no strong commitment.
That's what I'm trying to say. Because you can imagine, right after the elections, the 2023 elections, up until date, there's no peace in the party in Rivers State. And then now you can imagine when the Supreme Court issued that judgment that every state should conduct local government elections if they want to access the local government funds, as it were, But I expected that the party should weigh in and call the warring factions, especially the two leaders in the state, the governor and His Excellency, the former governor, so that they can resolve this matter. We are young Nigerians and also young party faithfuls. We are watching, and I don't know what they want to bequeath the young generation of the PDP. Is it this kind of holding on to power up until when I die or whatever? I think that's very, very it's not good, and it's not a good picture that we are seeing. And I just hope that the two warring factions will find a way of resolving the issue, because at the end of the day, it's telling on the people of Rivers, number one, and then the government facilities and structures that has been destroyed. And at the end of the day, we will still use the government funds, the people's funds, to now renovate or rebuild such things. Meanwhile, there won't be any need for us to even do the renovation or rebuilding at the first instance if there was no any destruction. So I think, for me, the party is not pulling the way I really would want them to, and I pray that they do so.
A bit looking at the issues, we conducted an election beyond the expectation. There are those, I will tell you, wicked scam were saying there won't be an election. And the governors insisted that there will be election with or without the security agency. And the aftermath of that election is what is creating this. We've seen the burning down of some of the secretariat yesterday and all of that concern. Now, those are probably having an imagination that if after the election, that everybody would have probably put to rest. The governor had still gone ahead to do election without the security. There was no violence. What we saw during the election was a protest. Do you feel that that those that are trying to undermine the power of the governor, and how important is the office of the governor in all of this? Because we saw when the governor said, the security agency, you can go with your security, I'll go ahead and conduct the election.
Yeah. Well, if you notice what happened in Rivers during the elections, at least I did my youth service 2005 in Rivers. And there were a series of elections that came, after that, 2007 elections, 2015, etc., etc. And I've been going to Rivers, and we've been seeing the nature of elections and the aftermaths of elections in Rivers. In all honesty, I will give it to Governor Fubara for conducting an election, the local government election, that is extremely free and fair.
When you say extremely free?
Extremely free and fair is this.
Because we understand what happened there.
Yeah. After the elections, what happened? It was after the elections. During the elections, there was nothing, there was no violence. There was no record of violence. At least you people are media people. If there were, you people would have shown. The only point I saw was that when the police came in, and they were dragging the ballot boxes and whatever with the RESEC, they call them, right? River State Election
Committee.
Yeah. That was the only point that I noticed violence. So if he could conduct the elections without the police, it means that he has the support of the Rivers people. He has the support of everyone as the governor, as the chief security officer of the state. He did all he could to maintain peace and order, not until when the police were allowed to come in. But I don't even know why.
Were the police the perpetrators of the attacks?
I don't want to say that. But
they were not doing the right thing.
It was when they came in that they started dragging with the staff of the election body in the state.
Because they have said that they will not be part of the elections.
Yes. But, well, at the end of the day, in fact, it's their function at the first instance. That is their function, to come and maintain peace and order. Where there is peace and order, they should just stay aside and watch. Except if there is breakdown of law and order, then they step in. But there was no any breakage of law and order. It was when they started, because I want to believe that they are weighing on the fact that they said that there was no the election will not hold. Do you understand? So probably there were some things that happened behind the scene that we are not privy to, and I don't want to. This is a national television. I don't want to make pronouncements that are not confirmed. You understand? If not, when the election started, they were not there. Everything was peaceful. During the elections, it was when they came in, and I saw on social media back and forth between the police and those people. But then, after the elections has come and it has gone. What are we expected to do? What is expected is that now let's support this man and have a good governance, especially local government governance. And as a matter of fact, the local government elections is local, is with the people of Rivers State. It's within the confines of the governor, is within the office of the governor to conduct elections. If not, it would have gotten INEC from national to come and conduct the elections. Since it's within the local government, the state, I expected that everybody should give the governor the support that he needed for the local government elections. The aftermath of the elections, the warring, the violence and all that, I think is uncalled for. It's extremely uncalled for. I don't think it's necessary. It's time for the Rivers people to support the governor so that there will be clean and clear governance in the state.
Your party lost in that election. Are you happy about it? Because there are those that are probably having a concern. If PDP did not participate in the election, APC did not participate in the election, now it didn't make sense that, where these are the two major political parties in this country, and now we have APP sweeping 22 local government, and I think the other party, ANC, having one, and that your party have lost, the party of the governor have lost, and how politically credible was that election for APC and PDP to back out?
Well, I think in answering this question is a situation where the governor had no choice than to embark on this journey that made the APP
for the first time in the history where
to make
a sitting
the
government have to
APP
lose an election
sweep
like a local government.
the local governments. Do you understand? Because as a party, they decide, as a party that's PDP now, decided to pull out, that they are not going to be part of the elections.
Is the governor not the leader of the party?
Yesterday, I heard him say he doesn't know who the leader of the party is.
But what does he have to be?
I'm coming. He said he doesn't know who the leader of the party is because he's not jostling for power with anyone. All he wants is peace in Rivers. That's what he said. So I wouldn't want to. But originally, everybody knows that the governor is the leader of the party. In a state where the opposition is ruling, and then maybe, okay, in a situation whereby there was an election, and maybe the APC loses and the PDP wins, the person that ran for the governorship election in the APC that lost is supposedly supposed to be the leader of the party in the state. That's how it is generally. But in this situation, we find people that want to clinch onto power. You know, they are so power drunk, they love power that they don't want to leave it. That is what is in play in Rivers. But originally, His Excellency Governor Siminalayi Fubara is the leader of the party, and it's been said over and over again. I heard someone say yesterday, one of the chieftain of the PDP, an elder statesman, mentioning that Fubara is the leader of the party. So there's no two ways about it. What happened in Rivers, and then you find out that APP now won the majority seats of the local government elections, is because the party, the governor doesn't have a choice. He found himself in a situation where if he plays, the party will not gain any stake in the move. He had to now use an alternative platform to get people into the office that are his own. That's what I can say about that.
All right, everyone, let's just go ahead a quick break, and once we return from the break, we'll see further the conditions as we look at the crisis and tensions in Rivers State. Do stay with us on the program. How many thanks for staying with us. The presidency has wedged into the issues of Rivers State. And we're still trying to establish some of the tensions and the crisis rocking in the aftermath of the local government election. I see Abdallah in the studio giving us an insight on that. I mean, we're trying to establish how far the party, you know, in respect to losing an election in a state where the PDP, because the governor said, I'm still a member of PDP. It doesn't look like he was defected, because there were rumors that the governor may be going to APP for the fact that the local government chairmen now are from that party, the 22 of them. But in a way, how would this figure out? Because when you look at the fact that the leadership of the party ought to be the governor, the governor is now running away from the party. Do you feel that he can be able to contain all of these forces, understanding the fact that, I mean, if he's not here, neither here or here, it looks that it's politically handicapped.
You know, at this point, what the governor needs is people that he can work with. It doesn't matter.
He doesn't have confidence of people.
It doesn't matter from whichever party. If he has people that can work with him, that they will have a cordial relationship, and they will work with him to deliver the goods of governance. Perfect. Since the PDP said they are not going to be part of the elections, he has to find a way, because there won't be a vacuum. He has to find a way. A date has been fixed already. Resources have been disbursed. Money have been spent for the elections. So there's no need for him, because PDP is not going to be part of the elections, so he will pull back. He has to find a way of making sure that, yes, there is an elections, and these people that are going to be voted into office are people that I will work with, whoever, whether from whatever party, provided that they can come together and then work for the good of the people. Fine, I think it's okay. And I like what he said yesterday. He said all he wants is peace in the state. If those people that have been voted into the office of local government chairman will submit and work without any trouble causing chaos in the state, why not? After all we want is humans to occupy the office and also deliver the goods of the office. And I think that's fine.
It doesn't look like the governor has betrayed the former governor, Wike, because people are saying betrayal. And we're trying to establish what sort of betrayal, because the governor, we heard when the governor said, you know, I've done everything. I can't give my kidney to anyone. He had gone to that extent of trying to explain. Because I know that also have a concern that you were brought to, I mean, in deserving manner, you ought not to be the governor. They had people in Rivers State who probably were more competent and qualified than him. The governor, Wike, then had to bring him on board. That it looks like he's betraying on the trust the former governor had on him. Does it look that way?
At the first instance, my brother, what is deserving and what is not deserving? What is competent and some other people are more competent? What is qualified?
Politically.
I'm coming. What is qualified and I am not qualified? All these things that you mentioned were put on the table. Before you become a governor, you fill a form. All these things that you mentioned are there. If you're not qualified, that form will disqualify you itself. What happened here is a classical godfatherism in play. And I watched a video clip, where former Governor Wike was saying that Rivers is not Lagos State. That was, I think, 2015 or 2019. Sorry, 2019 or thereabout. That you cannot bring godfatherism into Rivers. That he will serve his term as the governor and go. And if you think you see him in Rivers trying to do anything, no, it's not him. I watched it. He was the one that was saying it. All right? Now, your time or your term elapsed, and then you brought someone. You brought someone. Of course, yes, if you are from the same party, the person that will come up on board must be your ally. You must have worked together with him, or you have seen a potential in the person. Then you're like, okay, come. I think what I saw in you is something that will help the state.
Beyond every other person that we are.
Yes. Do you understand? Whether beyond or not beyond. Do you get? Okay. Now.
So you answer that it's right for a governor to look for a successor.
Look, if you realize that Mr. A has the potential, and in all honesty, he has what it takes, why not? But if you bring a weakling because you want to override him and start remote controlling him, I think that is unfair.
Does it look like that was the motive behind Fubara?
Well, I don't know. But all I want to say is this. Whatever thing that it is, elections has come, elections have gone. His Excellency, the former governor, Wike, God by providence has made it that, whether consciously or unconsciously, made this man to be the governor now. If at all it is, made him to be the governor now. Allow the man to rule. Governor Wike served for 8 years. Nobody interrupted him. He only fought the federal government, the government of Buhari. And the government of Buhari was on his neck, and he fought them. There was nobody within the party that distorted his governance or caused any kind of distraction. I'm pleading that he should leave this man to rule. Let us think in this manner. before PDP was formed, and when it was formed, there were people that formed it. Wike was not there, and it was formed. He became a beneficiary of the PDP. At some point, PDP were having crisis. He stood as a party man. Very, very well, we agree. Time came, he became the governor. And time came that he left the office. Someone now is on the saddle. Allow the person to rule. This structure that we are talking about, don't touch my structure or touch my structure.
Because he is saying that Fubara is the beneficiary of that structure. That there were a group of structure, that is a structure where this is the form of how Fubara came on board. That Fubara had to understand that he has to maintain that structure. And that those are saying, if Fubara has subscribed to the maintenance of that structure on the grounds that was the reason why he accepted to be the governor of Rivers State, why are you going,
my brother,
going astray?
For the fact that I came and I am the governor and I refuse to make some certain people or give some certain people appointments or allow them to be part of my government does not negate the fact that what you have or what you carry, I've taken it away from you. If you today, you have the potential.
What if you had accepted to give them this appointment? Does it not mean that you're going back on your words?
No. What I'm trying to say here is this. Let me finish my storyline. Does not mean that I've taken the qualities that you have. Even if tomorrow I leave office and someone comes on board, that person can still make you a commissioner, can still make you a minister, can still make you whatever thing that I was supposed to make you, but I didn't make you.
But I'm asking,
yes,
what if you had promised someone when you were looking for an election?
Yes.
You accepted a group of people that were working for you,
yes,
and that you had accepted almost that you do this, you do that. And then if you went into the office and you're not living to that expectation, is that not a double standard?
Now, let me tell you this. This is what governance is. I may have an agreement. Let me just use the word agreement. Literally have an agreement with you about certain things that when I get into office I will do. And when I get into office, I realize that what is on ground is not exactly the way I was seeing it from the outside. It will be very, very unfair to the people that I'm going to lead to continue with that thing, because this thing that we're talking about is time, it has time. By so time I'm supposed to leave the office. But with these people that I see around, if I continue with these people, there's going to be a problem. And what we intend to achieve, we might not achieve it. And mind you, governance is not a family affair. Governance is not a group affair. Governance is everybody's affair. For the fact that he realized that, okay, if I continue on this track, there will be a problem, and I change it, and then you people refuse to give me opportunity to see whether the plan that I've changed is going to be excellent. You started causing trouble to the point that I spent 1 year, I was just fighting, nothing for me to show. That's very, very unfair to the people and unfair to the governor. I wish, in all honesty, I don't have any problem with the former governor. I don't have any problem with him. When it comes to delivering of office work, he does excellently. Look at what he is doing in Abuja. Very, very well. Look at how he changed Port Harcourt, Rivers. Do you understand? But let us know that this thing that we are doing, even this 2027 that we are even talking about, you need life to be in 2027. You need good health to be in 2027. How about if God decided to just switch off our life? Like a switch.
So we shouldn't talk of 2027 until we get to 2026.
We can plan, but we shouldn't cause trouble and mayhem on people because of some structure that we need to keep to help us work in 2027. More so, it's not the structure we are talking about. It's not only river structure that you need to do whatever thing that you want to do in 2027. Because, for instance, His Excellency Governor Wike has finished his term as governor of Rivers, except if we are talking of presidency. And it's not only Rivers that he needs to become a president. So why are we worried about Rivers?
Is it possible for Governor Fubara to continue doing his work without the distraction, the political distraction? Because there are those that will tell you, you are already the governor. You need not really engage on this battle. Go ahead and give development to the people of Rivers. Is it possible?
They are like they are intertwined. Distraction is distraction, and it's a major thing in leadership. Once you are distracted, it will affect everything that you do. It's just like a family. Once you are distracted, it causes trouble in your home. That's it. So they should just allow him to have focus on what he has. What does it take for His Excellency Governor Wike to just allow this man go? Since this is what we want to do, I brought you on board. Do you understand? I did everything for you to become the governor, and this is what you decided to do. Just go. Do what you want to do. At last, or last, as Nigerians will say, is 8 years. At best, 8 years. At worst, 4 years. Go. Let me face my FCT. My structures in rivers, I know how to maintain them. Do your thing. What's so difficult in this?
APC and PDP seems to be together in Rivers State. Does it look that it's an anti-party affair, or one person is trying to control both?
If you see what's happening in PDP in Rivers, it's like an extension of former governor's cycle. Not all of them though, because I saw some elders in the PDP, the former governor and Lee Meba, and the former governor not Odili, Omeha, supporting the governor.
Secondus is also supporting the governor.
Secondus, I saw them. They supported the governor on for conducting a good and peaceful election. So I wouldn't say all of them, but you realize that maybe some of the players are an extension of former governor's team. Do you understand? So you will not be wrong to say that PDP and APC, maybe they are romancing one way or the other, because their boss, the former governor of Rivers, he still maintains that he's a member of the PDP and he's having an affair with the APC. So what do you expect when the top is having a romance with the APC, and then what do you expect the bottom to do? Of course they'll play along. So that's what's happening with his side of the PDP, because I'm sure it's not all of them.
The leader of the country, the president of the country, earlier when we saw this issue, last year, had called for a peace talk. We saw where he had called for peace. They had certain agreement, they had some understanding, gentleman understanding what they would say politically. But it looks that what they had with the president was not what really had played in Rivers State. Until yesterday, the president has to break his silence in response to that. Because now those that are having a concern that President, please wade into the matter, call the minister to order, call the governor to order, call the IG to order, do all of that. The president seems to have pointed fingers to the governor, that the governor must put his sword back. And the governor reacted yesterday that he's having a concern that the president only mentioned his name, that he didn't mention all the actors on this issue. Do you feel, one, on the other end, that it is good that the president had to come into the matter? Secondly, how assuring is the president intervention in this matter?
To answer this question is so far-fetched. It is good that the president has weighed in as the president of the country. Of course, Rivers is not outside Nigeria, it's within Nigeria, and the president is the president now of the country. He must have to say something. But in other way, do you think, in all honesty, the opposition will want peaceful coexistence within the ruling party will want a peaceful coexistence within the opposition party?
Rivers State is so much, it's a sensitive state. It means that when you look at the contribution of Rivers State to our economy, it looks at whatever happens to Rivers State, if it gets out of hand, it affects Nigeria's economy. So it's not just about any state, any opposition state having an issue. It's a critical state in this country.
That is it. It's a critical state in the country, of which by this unrest or violence that is being played, the opposition may take advantage of it in taking it over.
How? When the governor is still a PDP?
Of course, elections is coming. By this is recorded. You people are recording these things, and then the violence. Some people have their cameras; they are recording it. During elections, they use it against the either incumbent or whoever that wants to contest for governorship to weaken the chances of winning the elections. So you think what I'm trying to say is this, in as much as the president has waded into it, of course, excellently, perfect. It's okay. But I don't believe that the ruling party means well for PDP in Rivers. I don't believe that. You can't convince me of
Do you feel all of those options that they had to agree, was not working for the good of the governor and the people of Rivers State?
You see, my brother, if you go to court, I think I was telling somebody this some time ago. When you read a phrase in the Constitution and you interpret it just the way you read it, they will tell you that the spirit of the Constitution and the letter of the Constitution, that is what is happening exactly. They will tell you that we don't want what's happening. The governors tell you, you people should sheathe your sword. Minister, sheathe your sword. IG, bring peace in Rivers and all. These are in the spirit of their statement is that let this thing continue so that we will capture this state in 2027.
All of concern and the aftermath of that elections, very big thanks you to Danlami Ismaila, member of the People's Democratic Party. Thanks for your contribution on the program this morning. We do hope and track that some of these issues will resolve out of time to restore peace and order in Rivers State. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Finally, in a closing, I would love, please, I'm begging, from the National Working Committee of the PDP to Governor Wike to Fubara, please, let's come together and forget about all that has happened. We have young Nigerians and young PDP members that are watching all these things. If this is what they want to bequeath to young Nigerians and young PDP members that are coming up, it's left for them. But I beg that we should shed our sword so that we will learn from you people, because what is playing out is not worth emulating. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Thanks so much. And of course, a call for peace, and every stakeholders is calling for peace in Rivers State, just to restore peace and stability for the good and the betterment of the people of Rivers State and the party. Thanks so much for joining us on the program. We'll go on the break, and once we return from that break, we'll continue the conversations and looking at the big stories on our papers. Just stay with us.
Global Moning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmo Frebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every